Hello, my dear friends. My name is Ajay Gulati. I'm an income tax officer. I teach mathematics also, and today I'll be teaching you ratio and proportion that is related to CLAT. Okay, I'll take all the previous year questions of CLAT in this class along with the basic concepts. Let's start with the basic concepts. See, first of all, let's start with the ratio. RATIO. I'll explain it to you. Let's say there's a school. In that particular school, there are suppose 40 boys, then 55 girls, and suppose there are school staff or teachers and 15 teachers. Fine. So if somebody asks me what is the ratio of boys to girls, how do we represent a ratio? Boys is to girls. This is a ratio. B double dot colon is to G, or you can write it as B upon G. This is the way you represent a ratio. B is to G. This is equal to how much? 40 upon 55. That way you can say 8 is to 11 is the ratio of boys to girls. A ratio is expressed in the minimum form. Minimum form means if I need to express this thing as a ratio, I'll cancel whatever can be cancelled. 8 from here, 5 if you cancel these by 5, you will get 8, you will get 11. This is the way you represent a ratio. If somebody asks me the ratio of boys is to teachers, then that will be expressed as boys are how many? 40. Teachers are how many? 15. So that becomes 8 by 3. If somebody asks me what is the ratio of boys and teachers, is to girls, what is this ratio? Then what I will do is boys and teachers. How many boys? 40. How many teachers? 15. How many girls? 55. This you can say 55 upon 55. Very easy to represent. This becomes 1 is to 1 is the ratio. Okay, I hope this is clear to all. Yes, it must be clear to all. Okay, let's take one more thing. Suppose I say in a school boys is to girls is equal to 9 is to 13. Okay, and now somebody tells me that the number of girls are suppose 3, 9, 39. How many boys are there in the school? Very easy, students. How will I do it? We are given boys is to girls is equal to 9 is to 13. This is what 9 is to 13. This is given to me. For a moment I am hiding this thing. I am saying boys is to, how many girls are there? 39 is equal to 9 by 13. I can hide. Okay, 9 by 13. So 39 and 13 cancel will give me 3. This 3 will come over here. So number of boys is equal to 3 into 9. Very easily you can say 27. I hope it makes sense to all of you. This is the basic concept. In this particular question, one last thing. Finally, what is the ratio of boys is to girls is to teachers? 40, 55, 15. If I cancel them by 5, what I will get? 8 is to 11 is to 3. So far everything is clear. I'm rubbing this off, then I'll move on to the next thing. Now students, let's proceed with one more example. Suppose we are being told in a society there are 600 people. Out of those 600 people, let's say there are 3 categories of people: old, adult and kids. Okay, what is the ratio of old is to adult is to kids? 23 is to 70 is to 57. 23 is to 70 is to 57. This is the ratio of old is to adult is to kids. Now we need to find, let's say now we need to find the population of all of these. There are 2 methods. First I'll tell you a detailed method, then I'll tell you what shortcut we will be applying in all the subsequent questions. So let's say old is to adult is to kids 23, 70, 57. How old? This is 23, so I can say 23, I assume X. How many adults are there? Adults I say 70x. And how many kids are there? Kids are I say 57x. Now if I add up all these things, when I add up all these things, what do I get? I get 600. What is the sum? 23 plus 57 will give me 80. 80 plus 70, 150. 150x is equal to how much? Is equal to 600. So that way x is equal to 600 upon 150, or I can say x. This value of this x comes out to be 4. Now what will be the population of old? Old will be, I'll write over here. Old. How much will be? How many will be old people? Old people will be 23x. That is equal to 23 into 4. That comes out to be 92. Then adults. How many adults are there? Adults are there 70. 70x, or I can say 70 into 4, 280. Last, how many kids are there? Kids will be 57x. If I'm not doing a mistake, that will be 57 into 4. 50 into 4, 200. 7 into 4, 28. So that becomes 228. If you sum up all these, you will get it. You will get the sum as 600. What will be the sum? The sum will be 600. This is one way. The other way, students, I'll prefer you adopt the second way, which I'll be telling now. Since you have understood the basic, now let's move to the second method. Whatever being asked, see, this is the ratio. This total 23 plus 70 plus 57. This total is for how many people? It's for 60 people. 600 people. Okay. Now suppose somebody asks me how many olds are there, how many adults are there. So how many adults are there? 70. So I'll say 70 parts out of 23 plus 70 plus 57 of 600. This is the most convenient method. You add these up, you got this 150. This 150 cancelled by 60. 150 cancelled by 60 gives me 4. So adults. So that way adults will be 70 into 4, 280. Somebody asked me how many kids are there. So what I'll do, I'll directly do 57 parts out of a total of 150 parts from 600 people. This cancels to give me 457 into 4, 228. Somebody asked me how many old people are there. Either you can do 23 upon 150, or you can say 600 minus 280 minus 228. That will give you 92. You need not calculate this thing right now. I hope this is clear to all of you. So should I be moving to the next concept? I'm getting a slide. You can copy it. You can take a screenshot. So students, let's start with some, I'll say, previous year questions. The latest which have been asked in 2017, 19 and so on. I'll be covering all the questions asked in CLAT. Okay, so what is the first question? Kirti's father gave him some money to buy books. Let's say whatever the money was, let's say this is an amount, this is the money. This is the total money Kirti's father gave him. He spent half of the money equally to buy books and entertaining his friends. Whatever amount left, look, he spent half of the money equally to buy books and entertaining his friends. What did he do? He spent half of the money equally to buy books and entertaining his friends. Whatever amount left with him, he deposited half in his saving bank account. See, what is there? Just this is a good question, rather, because it's not only testing your mathematics, it's also testing your reading skills. He divided the money in two parts. I repeat again, he spent half of the money equally to buy books and entertaining his friends. Whatever amount left with him, he deposited half in his saving bank account. Look, what he did is half here, half here. Half money he spent in what? Half the money he spent in books plus friends. This is the main thing. I repeat again, he spent half of the money equally, half here, equally to buy books and entertaining his friends. Okay, half of the money, this half money he spent equally among books and friends. This and this both are equal. Getting it? Books also, friends. He spent half the money equally in books and friends. Now whatever amount left is, this is again half. Let's say this is 100%, so this is 50%, and this is also 50%. Now this is distributed among these two, 25%, 25%. But student, I'm doing it in detail because it is given in question, but you don't need these things. You will realize that the question becomes really easy after reading one or two more lines. Whatever amount left with him, whatever is the amount left with him is, this is the 50% amount which is left with him. He deposited half in his saving bank's account and gave rupees 5 to a poor person as charity. See, out of this money, what did he do? 25% he gave in a bank. 25% he gave in a bank. Now how much is remaining? This remaining portion is also 25%. Out of this 50%, he deposited 20. Out of this, he deposited half in bank. So this is 25%. Now half in his saving account and gave rupees 5 to a poor person as charity. Finally, Kirti was left with rupees 20, which he returned to his father. After spending this half, 50% half is 25. What he did? He gave 5 in charity and 20 rupees back to his father. Now this is the main thing. This is the 25% of his total amount. This 25% is how much? 20 plus 5. If 25% of the amount is equal to 5, if 25% of the amount is equal to 5, then my dear students, what is 100%? This 25% is equal to 25. Then 100% is equal to 100 itself. Getting it, dear students? So he got 100 rupees in total. This question was more about English rather than your mathematical skills. I repeat again, don't read the question now. What I'll be explaining it to you directly. His father gave him some amount. He divided that part into two parts. This first part is equally distributed among books and friends. That is 25. Now this is 50 gone. This is 50 more. This out of this 50 more, what did he do? This also he divided into two parts. This is the first part. This first part is he deposited into the bank. The second part, out of the second part, what did he do? He gave 5 rupees in charity, plus the remaining amount was 20 rupees. 20 rupees he returned back to his father. So what I can say, 5 plus 25 constitute this 25%. So you get the answer this way. Let's move to the next question, dear students. The next question is, student, now on your screen actually. Okay, what is the next question? A tree grows at the rate of 1/5 of its height annually. Let's say the initial height is h or 1. How much does it grow? It grows by 1/5. So what does the new height become? 1 plus 1/5. That is, I can say 6/5. This is the funda. A tree grows at the rate of 1/5 of its height annually. That is, every year it becomes 6/5 of itself. Okay. By how much will it grow? How much height will it grow after 2 years if its present height is 75? Present height is 75. This is present height. Height after 1 year, height after 2 years. What will be the height after 1 year? It will become 6/5. What will be the height again after 1 year? It will again become 6/5. So I can say 75 into 36 divided by 25. This 25 cancels with 75 to give me 3. 3 into 36, this is your answer, dear students. What is 3 into 36? 108. Okay. Clear? So the answer is, the tree height of the tree will precisely be 108 centimeters. It is meter or centimeter? Yes, it is centimeter. 108 centimeter. I hope it is clear to everyone. By how much height? So you have to make clear, like the answer could be also 33. How come 33? 108 minus the growth, minus previous height. This 33 is the growth. So there is a bit of ambiguity in the language. What does the word precisely mean? But since there is no option like 33, So I'm going with 108. I am assuming that by how much height the tree grow means what will be the final height. So the final height will be 108. Next question now. The next question is, the ratio of two numbers is 4:5, but if each number is increased by 20, the ratio becomes 6:7. The sum of such numbers is, we have to find the sum of the numbers. I will tell you a very easy method. First of all, detailed method. Let's say the two numbers are, their ratio is 4:5. Let's say 4:5. Or I say 4x, 5x. These are the two numbers. But if each number is increased by 20, the ratio becomes 6:7. Let's say this number is increased by 20, the other number is also increased by 20. This ratio becomes now 6:7. We just need to solve this. How come we will solve it? See students, this multiply 28x plus 140 is equal to 6 into 5, 30x plus 120. Okay, from here I can say 2x is equal to 20 or x is equal to 10. You got the solution. I hope it is clear to all of you. The number is, the sum of such numbers is, thus what will be the sum? Sum will be 4x plus 5x, which is 40 plus 50, that will give me 90. You got the answer, my dear student. This is one way. Okay, the other way is far more easier. What are the two numbers? This is 4, this is 5. What will be the sum of these? This is 4x, this is 5x. So 4x plus 5x will give me what? This will give me 9x. This will give me 9x. So the sum will 9x will be, answer will be what? Answer will be a multiple. Answer will be a multiple of 9. You got this? How many options are there which are divisible by 9? Only the first option is the one which is divisible by 9. Okay students, and now one more very elegant method. What is the next method? See, just look at the numbers. What is the number? The two numbers are in the ratio 4:5. Okay, I'm sorry, I write it over here. The two numbers are in the ratio 4:5. I add 20 to both these. I add 20 to both of these. The ratio becomes 6:7. Student, this is a very beautiful method which I am telling you right now. This 4, this 5. What is the gap? The gap here is 1. What is the gap here? Here also the gap is 1. When this gap remains equal, when this gap is equal, so what we can say is 4, 6. This has increased by 2, so I can say 2 parts means 20. 2 parts corresponds to 20. So this total is how many parts? 2 parts corresponds to 20. So 9. This total is 4 plus 5, 9. So 9 parts will correspond to 90. The sum will be 90. Game over. This is a very easy method. Next question, dear students. The monthly salary of A, B and C are in the ratio 2:3:5. 2:3:5. If C's monthly salary is rupees 1200 more than that of A, find B's annual salary. See students, we are given the monthly salary of A, B, C are in the ratio 2:3:5. A, B, C. This ratio is 2:3:5. We are given the difference of C's monthly salary is 1200 more than A. Let's say this is X, this is X, this is X. Okay, 2x, 3x, 5x. So we are provided 5x minus 2x is equal to, this difference is equal to 1200. This is the monthly salary. Okay, be careful, huh? So this I can say this 3x is equal to 1200. Find B's annual salary. Student, this is not your fault, not our fault. There is a mistake in the question by CLAT. So this is, what is the salary of B? Salary of B is, so salary of B is 3x is equal to 1200, but this is given in monthly salary. The examiner has by mistake asked B's annual salary. The question should have been B's monthly salary. So B's monthly salary is 1200 rupees. Option number D is your answer. Okay, I'm moving to the next question. Students, now we start with a very beautiful concept of triple ratio. What is triple ratio? How do we deal in it? Suppose we are provided A is to B is equal to 3 is to 4. Then we are further provided B is to C. This B is to C is equal to, let's say, 5 is to 7. And we are asked find A is to C. How do we do this? See students, when we have a triple ratio, how do we write? We write A, B, C. First of all, AB is what? 3 is to 4. BC is 5 is to 7. Now how do we get ABC in one single shot? This is A, this is B, this is C. How come? This is the pattern A, B, C. Okay, A, B, C, like tilted N. A, B, C. This is like this. Okay, A is 3 into 5, 15. B is 4 is to 5, 20. C is 4 is to 7, 28. Now somebody asked me A is to C. Then what will be A is to C? A is to C will be 15 is to 28. I hope it must be clear to all of you. Any doubts? No doubts? Okay. Let's take one more example. Suppose I say A is to B is equal to 2 is to 3. B is to C is equal to 4 is to 5. Okay. B is to C 4 is to 5. A is to C is 2 is to 3. So far it must be clear to you. And now suppose I say the sum of A plus B plus C. The sum of A plus B plus C, I hope you can read it. A plus B plus C is equal to 210. 210. Find, let's say I ask you to find C minus A. I ask you to find this. Let's take things slowly. A, B, C. What is this ratio? First of all 2, 3, then 4, 5. 2 is to 4, this is 8, this is A, then B is what? 3, 4, 12, then C is what? 15. Okay. Now, I can either solve this thing directly or I can explain it to you properly. Like, now what is the sum ABC? Sum is 210. 8x plus 12x. Only once I am doing this, then I'll show you the shortcut is equal to 210. 8 plus 12, 20, 20 plus 15, 35x is equal to 210. 35x is equal to 210. Then I can say x is equal to 210 by 35, which is equal to 6. What we were asked is C minus A. C minus A means C is 15x minus A is 8x. So this becomes 7x, which I can say is 42. Should I write it a bit above? Which I can say is 42. I hope it makes sense. It is clear to all of you. Okay. Now. I have got this 7x is equal to 42. This is the answer. The other way could have been, look. This is ABC. The moment I got this ABC, 8, 12, 15. What is the sum? This sum is 8, 12, 15. Like I told you earlier, this total is 210. What is the difference? Difference is 7 parts out of this. 7 parts out of 8 plus 12 plus 5 out of 210. I told you the sum is 35. If you cancel 35 by 7, you will get 5. 210 by 5. This is your answer. You can directly say 42. I hope all of you have got the concept very clearly. You must have understood this. I'll take a few more examples from this. Let's take 1 or 2 more examples to clear the concept. Suppose I say A is to B is equal to 5 is to 7. Then I say B is to C is 5 is to 6. And also it is given A plus B plus C is equal to 510. Okay, we are asked find C. What we are asked? To find the value of, let's say, B. How do I do it? Are the colors visible? Yes, I hope they are. Let's write A, B, C. In what ratio they are? A is to B 5 is to 7. Okay. B is to C 5 is to 6. What does A, B, C become? 5 into 5? 25. 7 into 5? 35. 7 into 6? 42. These are A, B, C. We are asked about B. How will we do it? We will directly do B is equal to what? B is equal to 35 parts out of 25 plus 35 plus 42. B will be out, but B will be 35 parts out of 25 plus 35 plus 42 of total sum is given to us as 510. Let's add these up. 25, 35, 60. 60 plus 42, 102. 102 multiplied by 5 will give me 510. So B is nothing but 35 into 5, which you can very easily say 35 into 5 is 175. Okay, 175. I hope all of you got this. There's no doubt. I'm getting aside. You can take a screenshot if you want. Next, I say A, B, C. Let's take a ratio. A is to B is equal to 4 is to, I'm writing A is to B is equal to 4 is to 3. Then suppose I say B is to C is equal to 3 is to 5. There's a catch in this question. Now suppose it is given again sum of ABC. A plus B plus C is equal to 192. Okay, find C plus A, like this. See students, first of all, this question here becomes a bit easy. Why? Because A, B, C, B is common, like 4, here A, B, 3. This 3, 5, directly I can say this is the ratio 4, 3, 5. Okay, I can directly say so. Now we need C plus A. How will I do it directly? C and A is how much? C and A is 9 plus 4 parts out of 9 to 3 plus C and A is actually 5 plus 4 parts out of 3 plus 4 plus 5 from 192. First of all, this is 12. 12 cancelled by 192 will give me 16. 12 into 16 is 192. Now 9 into 16, this is what I was supposed to find. 9 into 16 is 144. It makes sense. I hope it must be clear to all of you. Okay, let's take a few questions. I have told you the basics enough. We will move to the questions now. Let's wind these questions very easily, very fast now. A, B, C, 3 numbers such that A is to B 3 is to 4. C, A, B, this ratio is 3, 4. B is to C 8 is to 9. Okay. Now what are we asked? We asked A is to C. So first of all, what will be A, B, C? I told you A, B, C. A is 24, B is 32, C is 36. So I can say A is to C is what? 24 is to 36, or I can say 2 is to 3. Option number 2 is your answer. Okay. Option 2 is your answer. Let's move to next question. A, B, 2 is to 3. We have here A is to B is what? 2 is to 3. Then B is to C is 4 is to 5. B is to C is 4 is to 5. Then A is to C is 9. Then A plus B is to B plus C. First of all, let's find A, B, C. This is A, this is B, and this is C. Does it make sense? 8, 12, 15. A, B, C. These are the values. 8 is to 12 is to 15. Now what we are asked is, we are asked A plus B upon B plus C. That is 8 plus 12 upon 12 plus 15, or I can say 20 upon 27, 20 is to 7. This is the answer. Option number 4 is your answer. Should we take one more question? Yes, we should. What is the next question? Yeah, you have it on your screen now. In a school, the ratio of boys is to girls is 4:3. The ratio of boys is to girls. This is 4:3. I should remove these signs. Okay, 4:3. Then, and the ratio of girls to teachers is ratio 8:1. Girls to teachers. This is 8:1. What is asked? The ratio of students to teacher is, okay, we will find students to teachers. First of all, let's find this. So 4, 8, 32. Girls 3 into 8, 24. Last 3:1, 3. You got this? So number of boys 32, 24:3. We are asked students upon teachers. Dear students, it is very easy. What is students to teachers? Boys plus girls upon teachers. How many boys are there? 32. How many girls are there? 24. How many teachers are there? 3. Do I have some space? Yes, I have some space. 32 plus 24 is 56 is to 3. Do we have some option? Yes, option number 1 is your answer. Does it make sense to all of you? Yes, it must be clear to all of you. So let's move to the next concept. I have explained enough question on this. Let me check if I have some more questions. Let's take one last question of this type. Rupees 33630 is divided among A, B, C in such a manner that the ratio of the amount of A's to B is 3:7. First of all, let's say A, B. This is 3:7. Then, and the ratio of the amount of B to C is 6:5. B to C is 6:5. Let's calculate A, B, C first. 3 into 6, 18. 7 into 6, 42. 7 into 5, 35. This is A, B, C. Okay. The amount of money received by B is, oh my god, it's not that tough. Amount of money received by B, we need to find this, 42. So directly I can say, what does B get? B gets 42. This 42 out of 18 plus 42 plus 35. There is a bit of calculation but nothing else. Of how much part of 33630? Oh my god, how will I do this calculation? Look, this is 42 upon 18 plus 42, 60. 60 plus 35, 95 into 33630. Do we have to multiply this? Yes, we need to multiply this. But students, I can tell you one very easy method. What is the easy method? It must be getting cancelled for sure. We will cancel it. This 42 is a multiple of 7. Just check out among the options which are the multiple of 7. Okay. 14, 8, 6, 8. 14 divisible by 7, yes. 86. 86 I divide. Yeah, 14, 8, 6, 8 is divisible by, you can check it. 86 you divide by 7, 80 till 84 it is divisible. Remainder is 28. So it is divisible. 1, 6, 2, 5, 7, 16, 14, 22, 1, 15, 1, 7. No, it is not divisible. 1, 3, then 62, then 69. This is also not divisible. Last option 1, 2, 3, 9, 0, 12. 12 divided by 7, 5, 53, 4, 9. Yeah, option 4 and option 1 are divisible. We can check it. This 42 is also divisible by 6. So let's say this must be divisible by 3 also. The answer must be, so 1, 2, 3, 9, 0 and 1, 4, 8, 6, 8. Last option is divisible by 3. Let's just try for the first option. 1, 8 cancel, 4 plus 6, 10 plus, both are divisible. So we will have to calculate. The answer will be either 1 or 4. 95. I cancel this by 5, I get 19. Let's cancel this by 5, I get 6. 36, 7. Then 1, 3, 2, 3, 0, 6. Now it will have to be cancelled by 19 definitely. 19 into 3, 57. 102. 19 into 5, 19 into 5 is 95. So 102, 7 remaining, 76 is 4. So answer is 42 into 3, 5, 4. Okay, now I need not multiply, I'll just check this. 2 into 4 is, what will be the last date? Last date will be 8. Only option 1 has the last date as 8, therefore option 1 is the answer. You can check it yourself, all my dear students. This is the answer. Now I am moving to further questions. Next question, dear students. Raju earns twice in March as in each of the other months of the year. What part of this annual earnings he earns in that month? So this is a very easy question. Let's say Raju's income is X rupees per month. X rupees per month. Okay. If there is no such line, there is no such speciality for March. I can say 1 X rupees per month. So 12 months it will be 12 months it will be what? It will be 11 months plus separately March month. Every month he earns rupees X. Okay, so that way he will get 11x. In the month of March he gets something like bonus or anything, so he gets 2x. So total is equal to what? Total is equal to 13x. Okay, we are being asked March upon the entire year. What is being asked to us? March upon entire year. So that way it will be 2x upon 13x, or I can say 2 is to 13. It was a very easy question. We could have done it verbally actually. More questions now. Let's look at the next question, dear students. In a town there are 94500 people. 2 by 9 of them are foreigners, 6400 are immigrants, and the rest are natives. How many are natives? Look students, we are given what is the total population of the town? 94500. It is clear? Yes, it is clear to all. 2 by 9 of them are foreigners. See, I said 2 by 9 are foreigners. I exclude these 2 9. See, this is 2 by 9. So remaining is how much? Remaining is 7 by 9. This 7 by 9. Okay, now excluding these 2 by 9, 2 by 9 of them are foreigners. So remaining is 7 by 9. Among these 7 by 9, 6400 are immigrants and the rest are natives. Okay, so this I can say this 7 by 9 is what? 6400 immigrants plus natives. Okay, but I need to find out this value. What is this 7 by 9 which I need to find? 2 by 9 is done, set apart. I need to find this 7 9. So what this 7 by 9 is? 7 by 9 of 94500. It's very easy to cancel. 9 cancel with 9 1, then I'll write 0. 45 into 5, then 00. So 7 into 10500, 70,000 plus 500 into 7, 3500, 73,500. So this is equal to 73,500 is equal to what? This is equal to 6400 plus natives. So how many natives are there? This is a very easy subtraction. What I'll do? 73,500 minus 6,400. This can easily be subtracted. How come? 500 minus 400, 100. 73 minus 6, 67. So your answer is option A, 67100. I hope it makes sense. It must be clear to all of you. You can copy this if you want to. I'm showing you the next question now. Should I rub this part? I think it will still be, it's manageable. Okay, fine Amra, I'll rub this. Just bear with me, I need to find my duster. Yes. Next question. A person spends 1/3 part of his income on food, 1/4 part on house rent, and the remaining rupees 630 on other items. The house rent is, see, let's say the total income is I. The total income for the person is I. How does this person spend this? 1/3 part of the income on food. So first of all, food, how much? I buy 3. Then on income on the food, 1/4 part on house rent, plus he spent something on house rent. How much spend on house rent? 1/4, I/4, okay. I/3, I/4, and remaining rupees 630, plus what is he has left with is 630. So I can say like these three components together, this 630 plus house rent plus food comprise of his salary. His salary comprises of all these three things. So just I need to add these things. What I'll do, 4i plus 3i is 7i upon 3 into 4 will be 12 plus 630. Now this is very easy to calculate. How come? If I do I minus 7i by 12, what I'll be getting is 5i by 12 is equal to 630. I hope it makes sense. Yes, it must be making some sort of sense. So now the I becomes, if I cancel this 5 and 630, what I'll get, this is 1, then 1, 3, 2, then 36, 1. Take it out. So I becomes 126 into 12. I becomes 126 into 12. How to multiply this? Okay. First of all, 12 into 6, 72. 12 into 6, 72. 2 I write down. How much is carry? 7 is carry. 12 into 12, 144. 144 plus 7, 151. Do we have any option? Yes, option B. This is the answer. I hope you got it. Next question now, dear students. I hope you understood this multiplication. What I did 12 into 6, 72. I wrote down 2, then 7 was the carry. Then what I did, 12 into 12, 144, and 7 carry, 151. You also should multiply this way. It saves your time, dear students. Excuse me. You can take a screenshot if you want and getting a side. Next question. A sum was divided among P, Q and R. R got double then P. Who got double then Q? Okay, let's start with this. A sum was divided among P, Q and R. R got double then P. P who got double then Q? Let's say Q got rupees X. P got double then Q. I repeat again. R got double then P. Who got double then Q? So if Q got X, then P got 2X. R got how much? R got 4X. Okay, now if the difference between the shares of Q and R is 3675, Q minus R minus Q, okay, is equal to what? 3675. R minus Q is 3675. What is R minus Q? This is 3X. Students, if this 3X is 3675, what are we asked? Then the sum in rupees. What is the sum? Sum is what, students? Sum is sum of all these. 2X plus X plus 4X. Okay, I can say this is equal to what? This is equal to 7X. 7X means 7 into the value of X. We need to find X. X will be how much? 36 divided by 3, 12. 75 divided by 3, 25. So this becomes 7 into 1225. Okay. 7 into 12 is 8400. 7 into 25 is 175. 8400 plus 175 will give me 8575. I hope it makes sense. It must be very clear to all of you. Fine, let's move to the next question. Next question, dear students. The ratio of areas of two squares is 25:36. Let's say area of square 1 upon area of square 2. This is given to us as 25:36. This is a very general question, students. Okay. Then the ratio of their perimeter is, students, first of all, what is the ratio of area of square? The ratio of area of square is side square. Okay, small s by capital S. So this is side square by capital S square. Let's say this square has a side small s, this square has a side large s, big S. Okay, capital S. So 25/36. So, or I can say this is equal to what? 5/6 square. So that way small s upon capital S is what? 5/6. We are asked about the perimeter. What is perimeter? perimeter upon big perimeter, perimeter square 1 upon perimeter square 2. Just mind the spellings. Okay, so that will be 4 small s upon 4 capital S, or I can say 4 into 5 upon 4 into 6. This will be, we don't even need to multiply this because 4 to 4 will cancel. It will be 5 into 6. Always remember this ratio of the ratio of the sides is equal to the ratio of perimeter. So this will be 5 by 6. Option A is your. You can directly say from here also. It will also come out to be 5 by 6. Just copy this if you want to. I am moving to the next question. Next question. During the academic session in 2009-10 in Banaras Hindu University, the number of students studying arts, law and commerce was in the ratio 5, 6, 7. Arts, law and commerce. These students were in the ratio 5:6:7. 5, 6, 7. If during the academic session 2010-11 the number of students studying arts, law and commerce increased by 20%, 30% and 40% respectively, what will be the new ratio? Now students, this increased by 20%, this increased by 30% and this increased by 40%. 5 increase, see what is 10% of a number? If this is 5, its 10% will be 0.5. So 20% will be 0.5 into 2, 10. So that means I can say plus 1. So this becomes 6. 6, what is 10%? 0.6. If 10% is 0.6, 30% will be 1.8. So I can say plus 1.8. This becomes how much? 7.8. Here it increases by 40%. What is 10% of 7? 0.7. So 40% will be 0.7 into 4, 2.8. So here I am doing plus 2.8. It becomes, this is the ratio. But if I look at the option, all the options are in, I'll say, integers. Let's say I multiply these by 5. If I multiply by 5, this becomes 30 into 5 into 5. This becomes 39 into 5. This becomes 49. Does this match with any option? Yes, it's the fourth option only. You can very easily check it. So fine, I hope you got the answer. This is your answer. You must have understood the solution also. I should move to the next question, dear students. I hope it was all clear. So the next question, dear students. The denominator of a fraction is greater than its numerator by 11. Let's say a fraction is like, this is the numerator x. So what's the denominator? Denominator is x plus 11. Okay. If 8 is added, this is the numerator, this is the denominator. Okay. If 8 is added to both the numerator and the denominator, then it becomes 3 by 4. Now what happens is I add 8 over here. I also add 8 in this denominator also. Now this fraction becomes 3 by 4. We need to find the initial fraction. We need to find this value. Okay. Very easy. First of all, multiply this. 4 into x, 4x plus 4 into 8, 32. I was about to write this is 24. You must have got the correct answer then. This becomes 3 into x, 3x, 11 8, 8 is 9, 11 plus 8 is 19, 3 into 19 is 57. So now I can say 4x minus 3x is x is equal to 57 minus 32 or 25. I get the value of x as 25. So this fraction becomes 25 upon 25 plus 11. I can say 25 plus 11 is 36. This is my answer. I hope it makes sense and it is clear to all of you. So next question, dear students. Now a very interesting and important question. 120 men had a provision for 200 days. See, what does this thing mean? 120 men had a provision for 200 days. It means, let's say there's any store where we have a food. Okay, let's say where we have food for military or anything like that. Okay, After, yeah, this is about, let's say, a military camp or something like that. 120 men had had food provision for 200 days. First of all, I assume, what do I assume? Assume what I assume, one man eats 1 kg per day. This is what I assume. A man eats 1 kg per day. Now, what do we have, dear students? Now, so how much total food? 120 men had food provision for 200 days. So, one man will eat how much food in one day? 1 kg. He lives for 200 days, so that means 200 kg. The provision was for 120 men. So, this was the total food, okay? This was the total food. Now, how much was the total food? 120 into 200 into 1. Let it be 12 into 2, 24, then 000. Now, what happens is, in fact, I should not have calculated. I'm running this up because things will become easier if I don't write this. Yeah, 120 men had provision for 200 days. After 5 days, 30 men died. See, this thing stayed for 5 days. Let's say for 5 days, these 200 men consumed. Okay, so how much food is left now? The food. This was for 200 days. Now, I am sorry. I should have written. I'm cutting this. Okay, yeah. After 5 days, 30 men died. See, this provision was for 200 days. 5 days have passed. Now, how many days are remaining? Now, there 195 days are remaining, and the provision is still for 120 people. Now think about it carefully. What happens is 30 men died of an epidemic. We had 120 people. For them, the food was available for 195 days. Now 30 men died. When the number of people become 90. Now this is the main concept. Initially there are 120 people. Now there are 90 people. So I say the strength becomes 90 by 120, or this is 3 by 4. Students, please listen to this carefully. Number of people become 3 by 4. See, if the number of people become 3 by 4, then this food will last for 4/3, reciprocal of this. Okay. See, if the number of people become double, then food will last for half days. Double and half have a inverse relation. Okay, 2 by 1, 1 by 2. So if number of people become 3 by 4, then the food will last for how many days? 4 by 3 days. Okay, 4 by 3 of the previous tenure of the previous allotted time, previous time. Okay, so if you cancel this 3 by 195, you will get 65. 4 into 65 is 260. This is your answer, dear students. I hope it must be very clear to all of you. Yes, we have such option. Option number B is the answer. Next question, dear students. An employer reduces the number of employees in the ratio 8:5. Let's say initially and finally. Initially and later. Okay. Number of employees were 8. Now later these employees are 5. An employer reduces the number of employees in the ratio 8:5 and increases their wages in the ratio 7:9. Increases their wages in the ratio 7:9. If these 8 people were getting a salary of 7, now these 5 people are getting a salary of 9. So total, how much was he paying earlier? 8 into 7. 8 into 7 is how much? 56. And 5 into 9 is 45. What are we being asked about? Therefore, the overall wages bill is, this was initial 56, now it is 45. So I will say decreased. Decrease in the ratio 56:45. Option number B is your answer. Very easy question. I hope it is clear to all of you. Let's move to the next question. Let's look at the next question. A starts a business with rupees 5,000 and B joins the business 5 months later with an investment of rupees 6,000. See, student, this is investment question. Investment is, how is the investment made? Investment is actually made the amount invested into the number of months, into time, you can say. So A started a business with 5,000 rupees. So I can say A invested how much? 5,000. A invested how much? 5,000 for how much period? For 12 months. This is, let's say, amount. This is amount and this is time. Okay. Amount, the time is 12 months. After a year they earned a profit of 3400, means the time is 12 months. Now B comes after 5 months, that is B invested for 7 months. And what was the investment of B? B invested to be 6000. So how much is this? 5000 into 12, his investment I can say 60,000 rupees. 60,000 rupees month. Investment is calculated like this, rupee month, okay? And rupee month. This investment is 42,000 rupee month, okay? So what is the ratio of this investment? The ratio of these investment is, if I cancel 60,000, okay, 0, 0. This becomes 60 by 42. 60 by 42 you cancel by 7, you will get 10 is to 6 or 5 is to 3. Am I doing a mistake? This is, sorry, yeah, this is 10 is to 7, okay? If you cancel these by 6, this becomes 10, this becomes 7. 10 is to 7, this is the ratio of their investment. This is clear to everyone. This is the ratio of investment, 10 is to 7. Now what are we being asked? A and B in the, okay, this is the ratio of investment. The final profit is 34,000, okay? Now what is the ratio? What is the share of their profit? See, A will get 10 out of, I told you 10 plus 7, 17 parts of 34,000. This is what A will get. So this cancel becomes 2 in 2000. 10 into 2000 will give me 20,000. A will get 20,000. So B will get how much? B will get the remaining out of 34,000. A has taken 20,000. So B will get 14,000. You can get the answer like this. I hope it makes sense. It is clear to all of you. Yes, it must be clear. Next question, dear students. Now students, we have a little bit tricky, a typical question. Praveen has rupees 4662 in the form of 2, 5 and 10 rupee notes. He has a total of 4662 rupees in the form of 2, 5 and 10 rupees notes. This is 2 rupees notes. I'll take a better pen now. Yeah. 2 rupees notes, 5 rupees notes and 10 rupees notes. Okay. Now, if these notes are in the ratio 3 is to 5 is to 8, these notes are in the ratio 3, 5, 8. This is like 3x, 5x notes, 8x notes. Okay. Now, the thing is, students, this is 3x, this is 5x, this is 8x. So, what will be the total denomination? 2 into 3x, 6x. 5 into 5x, 25x. 10 into 8x, 80x. So, this is the total amount he has. The 2 rupees notes 3x, 5 rupees 5x notes, 10 rupees 8x notes. This total is equal to what? What is the total amount which he has? 4662. Okay. If I add this 6 plus 25, 31, 31 plus 80, 111. 111x is equal to 4662. So x comes out to be 4662 by 111. See, this is 4. It must be near about 40. 111 into 40, and this is 2. So unit digit must be 2. So what I'm saying is 111 into 42 will be 4662. Let me show it to you. 111 into 42. Okay, how to do it? See, students, I can say 4. Like, how to multiply this? Multiply 42 by 100, you will get 420. Multiply 42 by 10, you will get 420. Multiply 42 by 1, you will get 42. Just sum these up. 6264. Yes. So I can very easily say this is how much? This is 42. Now what were we asked? The number of 5 rupee notes. How many number of 5 rupee notes are there? 5x. So 5 rupee notes are how much? These are 5x. 5x means 5 into 42, or I can say 210. This is one way. One more smart way would have been the number of 5 rupee notes are 5x. 5x means a multiple of 5. How many options are a multiple of 5? this option is not at all a multiple of 5. This is not possible. 336 is also not a multiple of 5. This is also cancelled. So I have only two options. I could try with this or this. The moment you try with this, you will get the answer. The number of 5 rupee notes 5x. 5x means a multiple of 5. The number should be divisible by 5. 210 and 250 are the multiples of 5. You could have tried by any of these. I hope it makes sense. This must be clear to all of you. Okay, next question now. Yeah, the next question is A and B are inversely proportional to each other. A and B are positive. If A increases by 100%, then B decreases by C. Students, what does inversely proportional means? Inversely proportional means when we say that X is proportional to Y, we write it like this. It means if X increases, then Y also increases. When we write X is inversely proportional to Y, we write it like this. X is proportional to 1 by Y. Okay. If A is inversely proportional to B, it means A, we will write it like this. Or A, if we remove this proportionality sign, what we do, we make this is proportionality sign. If we remove this sign, we multiply this thing by a constant number K. So A is equal to KB, or the best thing is AB is equal to K. This is the thing which you need to understand, students. When two things are inversely proportional, it means if one thing increases, then other thing decreases. This is the concept of inversely proportional. Like time, speed and distance. We know time into speed is equal to distance. If you increase your speed, let's say I need to go from this place to this place. If I increase my speed, then my time will automatically decrease. So if speed increases, time decreases. So when does this happen? This happens when in any expression two things are multiplied to give a product. Okay, P into Q multiplied to give a revenue. Price into quantity gives revenue. So if this revenue is fixed, the price increases. Suppose the price increases of a commodity, then what do? We decrease the quantity if we don't have extra money. So when two things are multiplied now to give a third number which is fixed, then these two values are called inversely proportional. Okay, I take a very basic example. Let's say A and B. Again, price into quantity gives me revenue. Let's say both of them are 10 and 10. I purchase a thing. Suppose I purchase a banana. A banana costs rupees 10. I purchase 10 bananas. How much do I pay? 100. Now what happens is, let's say these are A and B. Okay. Now what is happening is, if A increases by 100%, by increases by 100% means getting doubled. So if A becomes 20, then this revenue will remain to be same 100. So this will be how much? This will be 5. So this has decreased by 50%. So the answer is 50% decrease. Something was 10 initially, now it becomes 5. So that means it has decreased by 50%. When a thing gets halved, so it means it has decreased by 50%. That way I can say this has decreased by 50%. Option A is your answer. Students, I have covered all the possible concepts which are there in ratio and proportion, and we have covered all the previous year CLAT questions also. I hope you must have got each and everything. So that's all for now. We'll meet again tomorrow. Thanks a lot, my dear students.